tarot decks that I'm using are listed in the description below. So Taurus, I am going to try to really hone in on who you were in your past incarnation. And this past life is relevant to your experience in the now, what you're working on now. Okay? Doesn't necessarily mean it was your last incarnation. For some of you, it very well could have been, but it's this life that will come through is significant to your now in some way. So let's pull some past life oracle cards to, okay, see what energies come through. We have trees, spouse, finance. So Taurus, this could mean a couple different things. I'm going to keep drawing cards to build the tarot story before I really jump into anything, because based on the other cards that come out can really change the message. But the most obvious for Taurus is spouse, and I know with this card who you were married to or who is your significant other in this incarnation is the same person who is your spouse or your most significant love this lifetime. Okay? I do know that with this card, but as far as finances and trees go, we need to pull some more cards to see what that's telling us. So this here is the zodiac sign that you were in this incarnation here. We have the Adept of Crystals. So, my Taurus, you were a Libra in your past incarnation. Well, in this particular one that's coming through. Okay, so you were air energy. And those of you that have a South Node in Libra, very significant reading for you. Okay, very significant reading for you. Some of you in this lifetime could be a rising Libra because of this energy. So let's pull a Hidden Wisdom Oracle, or Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, to get a better feel about what your personality was overall. You know, and Libra is a very fair and balanced energy, so it's nicely paired with like being a Taurus, because a Taurus is a grounded energy that does desire and require balance and stability. Okay, so there is compatibility between the Libra energy and the Taurus energy. Okay, I feel like these two want to come out for you. So you get two. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. So that's pretty much what I just said here. There's fairness and balance that was present within you in this incarnation. You were probably somebody that was fairly easy to get along with, okay? And you probably had a bit of empathetic ability to feel others' emotions and really sympathize with, you know, their situations and what they were going through. Then we have the Desert Prince, Survival and False Promises. So, paired with this High Lady of Compassion, what I get with this is, if somebody was on your good side, you were like the most amazing person in the world. But if somebody was on your bad side, it wasn't good for them, okay? Like, it's almost like you could be two different people, and which person you were really was contingent upon the person you were dealing with and how they were presenting themselves to you. So it's not like you were just this douchebag randomly. No. If somebody was just an outright douchebag to you, like, you're going to cut them off, you're going to cut them out. But the way you went about it was pretty severe, okay? It was intense. So, let's pull some vintage oracle to see what some traits of you were, for the good or the bad, okay? This could go either way. We're just building your personality, your energy, who you were. You were definitely somebody who was in love. I'm really getting, with the Desert Prince and High Lady of Compassion, you were very connected into nature as well. You connected with animals. You may, depending on the era of time in which you lived, you may have even lived in like a tribal situation outdoors. Or this is somebody who really loves being outdoors, loves to camp, loves to hike. You know, all of that really connects to nature, connects to animals. And with finances there, that could really go either way. That's why we need to draw more cards, because your money, your finances was a huge element of your life. And, you know, it is for everybody, but it was much more of a focus for you. And as a Libra, you could have been like an accountant or a lawyer, something along those lines, okay? Maybe even like a stockbroker, trader. Just money, finances was a huge part of your existence. Could have been a banker, you could have owned a bank, you could have come from a very wealthy family. So let's see. Purity, yeah. This here really speaks to high-functioning Libra energy. Okay, Taurus, this is like the highest functioning level of a Libra, where they make decision on logic and fairness, like justice is blind. There was a purity to you and who you were and the integrity of who you were. Very honest person, okay? Very honest person. Enchantment. And a lot of people were very enticed with you, okay? You probably had a lot of admirers or suitors, but there was somebody special for you, and it didn't matter. But there was this energy about you, this quality to you that was magical. It was enchanting. It was bewitching to people, okay? I just feel like, and then paired up with purity, a lot of people fell in love with you, in a romantic sense, in a friend sense, family. Like, you were just a person that people would flock to, your energy. I feel like you were attractive as well. You were very attractive physically with this card. And the sweetness of your soul and the compassion of your heart, you know, the High Lady of Love and Compassion, it was just disarming to even the most hardened douchebag out there. There was just this magic about you, and you might contain some of that in this lifetime, Taurus. It's just, you know, there's a great deal of honesty and integrity to your energy of who you were in this past life, okay? So let's pull some Gaia Tarot to get a look at what the predominant experiences were that you had. Alright, look at that. I don't feel like this is, I'm gonna pull 4 cards still, but look, integrity just popped out. Didn't I just say that? Like, the honesty, the integrity, the purity of you, and look at confirmation. Yeah, you were somebody of high stature as in regards to your character and who you were. You were very well respected and admired. Like I said, you just had this beautiful energy that just drew people in, and it was because of the earnestness of you, of the genuine nature of you. It was just raw and real and not forced, genuine. We have the King of Fire, so there was a very significant person that was a fire sign in your life, which I'm going to say is probably the spouse here. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Then we have the Mother, the Union, and the Self. So what I'm seeing here, Taurus, you were really focused on whoever you were married to or in love with, and with Mother here, you definitely had a family with this spouse, okay? You did. And Union, that's just like what your whole focus was. And then here we have Self. So I feel like the majority of your life was spent on your family, your love, your career, okay? Like building yourself a little empire. And you were so honest in every step of your journey. And towards the end here, we have Self. So there came a point where it was no longer about your job, about your spouse, about your kids, about anything. There came a point where you started focusing on you, okay? So let's pull some gypsy cards to see why that is. But honestly, and you know, everybody wants a super fancy schmancy past life reading, but Taurus, what I'm seeing here is honestly just a very normal life, spent with somebody that you loved very much. Like that was your focus, okay? And this to me feels more, I don't know, I want to say like 1940s, maybe 1930s, like 1950, like no further beyond 1950. I mean, I guess it could be, but I feel like it's more recent. It's not, you know, like 200 years ago or something like that or whatever. This is definitely more recent, more modern time type of energy. And it was like you were very focused on being in this partnership with this fire sign, and that's just like what it was all about. And you were an amazing person in your community. Like you, I feel like you had high standing in your community or in your job. You were just so respected. And you were true blue to your love, and like I don't see anything dishonest about your energy, Taurus, not in this reading. I mean, we do have false promises here, but again, I feel like you became the desert prince towards those who made false promises to you, who lied to you. Like your love was the ocean, but somebody crosses you and you become the desert. Like I really feel like that is the energy. Like we have the High Lady of Love and Compassion, that's the ocean, and then, oh, you want to do me wrong? Okay, here's the desert. That is so what I get from that. Nothing dishonest. We have conversation that came out, so Messenger. So we have conversation and Messenger, Priest, and Death. Okay, so, well, I was wondering and I was asking, wasn't I, why you were just focused on yourself. So, Taurus, what I feel for you is your spouse, your twin flame, passed on before you did, okay? Because we have conversation, messenger, priest, and then death. So, male or female, your partner, one of you could have been in the military, okay, with messenger here, and that's where you passed on, perished, or I'm sorry, your partner passed on, perished. I feel like that's more, if you were a female, like you had a partner that was in a war of some kind, the military, and they passed on before you, they transitioned before you, but what I feel here is you never got with anybody else again. Like, that was your true love. We have union, like, that was your love. Okay, I mean, look at, if I could pick up the dang cards, look at the two dragons here. We have one that's kind of orange and red, which is fire energy. We have fire energy. And then this is very light blue, which is, symbolic of the air energy. So it's like you as this Libra and your twin flame as this fire sign, you guys came together in this union and became one, at least as far as you were concerned, okay? And once they passed on, once they transitioned, you did not love again. You didn't, because what comes next is self. So you remained single. It's like that was the love of your life, and without them, no, there's nobody else for you. That's how you felt. There's nobody else for you but that person. And I feel like that message, like, because we have the messenger, however they departed, it was like not around you, okay? They could have been at work, they could have been out somewhere, it could have been a car accident, like it could be a number of different things. But the message was delivered to you, okay? And I really feel like you just kind of walked a spiritual path. Like religion didn't come out, but I really do feel like you were religious and traditional. Let's pull some more cards. I really want to understand this better. So this is talking about where the soul, the cycle of your soul at this time. We have the Six of Flames. Okay, so you were, you were in the middle of a cycle of your soul in this incarnation, and coming out as the Six of Flames. Again, you were really well known. You were well respected. Some of you, this might even talk about fame. This is being in the limelight. Like, you were known. You shined brighter than the rest, okay? And whatever this is, you're still working on it, because this is the middle, okay? The middle of the soul cycle. So these energies that were present here, family, your twin flame, that's probably very strong in your experience now, or in the desires of your heart, along with money, but nothing is coming out about that money. So what I feel, Taurus, is you had money, you had a very prominent career of some kind. You were well known, famous, some of you, but you only were in love with one person. So it's like it didn't matter, and you were so honest and pure and true. That's why I feel like you were religious, very traditional, and you followed that to a T. Like, you didn't divert from that whatsoever. So let's pull a crystal's card to see what this finances is about. Yeah. We have Nine of Crystal here. This is not somebody who is hurting for money. This is somebody who has worked hard or is born into money, Taurus. So, yeah, you were very high up in your career or profession, or you were just born into money and you just had it. Like, there's no financial struggle here, okay? So, if you've struggled this life, just know there was a very abundant incarnation that you experienced where you were very in love. Like, that was the primary focus, okay? So let's pull a Cups card to see what your relationships were like what's going on here. Because it looks really good. I mean, yeah, we have the Ten of Cups. Looks really good. Family, I hate to keep saying that, Taurus, but family was everything to you. That's the Ten of Cups, the ultimate happy family, the ultimate love connection relationship. And this also talks about, you guys have been on a journey for a very long time with each other in partnering up as romantic lovers and creating family energy, the family situation, the family experience. So, Taurus, even though, like I said, you were just like living a normal everyday life, like maybe you are right now today, what I could tell you is you were with the love of your life and you had money and it was good. There was a departure, like your partner did transition before you did. And with conversation here, whatever you did for a living had you communicating a lot, or you were a really good communicator. You were maybe a mediator of some kind, because we have conversation here, and with Libra energy, that would make sense, but communication is very relevant to this, so you might be a very good communicator this life. And then we also have Messenger, but I feel like the Messenger, Priest, and Death is more talking about the transition of your spouse. And I feel like that came earlier in life rather than later. Like, I don't feel like you guys were old, okay? You were just, once they passed, that's it. I mean, I guess some of you could have been old, but I just don't feel that. Because, you were so in love when they passed, okay? And that energy is so strong in this lifetime when you align with them. Like, not even 5 minutes has passed type of thing, So I feel as though, like, for you in that experience, it was like they were taken from you far too soon, and you might have even been pregnant when that happened, because if you were a female in this life, because we have the pregnant mother here. So some of you, you may have been pregnant when they transitioned, and you just never left again. Like, you had no interest in it. It's not that you were unhappy. Sure, you missed them, and that was a hard thing, but you had a really strong family unit connection outside of this. Many of you, I feel like, came from money, came from privilege of some kind. You were very well educated. You lived a very abundant, comfortable life. And because of that, you had no desire for any more lovers, any of that. This was just your one. And it's like, when they transitioned, you said to yourself, I'll see you next lifetime. Like, there's just nobody else for me. So that's quite beautiful, Taurus, actually. So let's take a look and see what your biggest challenge was in this life. We have the Eight of Orbs. So Aries got this and this. Don't know if there's any connection for you there, but Aries got those. Well, I guess since we have the King of Fire here, that is a connection, yes. And theirs was very twin flame heavy as well. You and Aries are the only two so far that's had such a strong connection of that. But anyways, was your biggest challenge. With this, you cut yourself off, and I think it has to do with the transitioning of your partner. And you worried about things, and you felt, on your own and alone, but this had to be only in your mind, because I see nothing but love and family and connection all around you, and everybody loving the crap out of you and adoring you. So this was more self-imposed for whatever reason, but you definitely experienced periods of feeling like disconnected, isolated, really worried about things, having maybe bouts of depression, not having clarity, being confused, things like that. Very restrictive energies. So I don't feel like that had anything to do with lack of resources or lack of friends and love and support. It had to do with the thoughts of your own mind, okay? So let's pull some cards to see what karma comes with you into this life from this one. What energies are you still working with strongly that need to be sorted out or learned, or are your gift and blessing from all the work you put in? So that wanted to come out. That's actually the Emperor. So that is Aries energy as well. So you are definitely here to be the master of your craft this lifetime and make some money, Taurus. Yes, you, whatever profession you end up in, you are just going to accelerate very quickly because you were already the master of it in this past life. This is also being very stable and in control of yourself, okay? And then we have reflection. This is kind of interesting because this is about solitude and introspection. And again, Taurus, I feel like in this life, once you meet up with this person, if you guys break up for whatever reason, or, maybe if they did transition, you're kind of still in that same energy of, I don't want anybody else. Like, this is the love of your lifetimes. Higher self, yeah. You, the solitude and time that you were alone after your lover passed, you really focused on religion, spirituality, okay? You were just very focused on expanding yourself in that level. And with higher self, you're quite intuitive. Taurus, this lifetime, you're very insightful, you're a very wise old soul, okay? That's depicted doubly in these images here, okay? And then here we have the connection to the higher realms, and also the two there being that twin flame love and energy. So I feel, Taurus, that this lifetime is, the one that you're living right now, is very career focused. Like, you want to have money, you want to have a solid foundation, but your spouse and or your children are just as significant to you, okay? Like, that's your focus. And I know that's not all fluffy and exciting, but that's what's here. Like, you are in this soul cycle of twin flame love and the family unit, creating life and experiencing being a human predominantly in that romantic love and family type of situation. And once your twin flame is not in your life anymore, you just kind of will disconnect romantically, like you truly do not want anybody else. Period. End story. For you, there is only one for you. And it's because of how many lifetimes you've been together, and you're working on a lesson, a soul, part of your soul cycle in regards to the twin flame love experience, being in the human form and the family. That's so like your focus. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything more than that. It's like your spirituality. You're so driven by the prompting of your soul, and being an earth sign, yeah, you want those Benjamins, right? But you are loyal and true to the end to your true love and your family. Like, you live for them. It's just part of your soul. And that's what drives you. That's what makes you happy. Even though you're making money and you like money, it's those connections, those emotional connections, relationships that you have that really make you feel alive. And the reason why is you're working on this energy, Taurus, like you're working on this energy. You want to experience this energy, and you are all about just one love. Like, you don't even want to date. Like, you, Taurus, you are faithful through death and reincarnating yourself. It's like, oh, I don't want anybody else. It's just you. And if they leave or they transition before you, you're like, okay, until we meet again. That's really the coding of you when it comes to your spouse here. You're so true to that. You're very honest. You worked very hard. Whatever career you're in this lifetime, I guarantee you've already mastered it in the previous lifetime, and it will come very easy to you. It's just like you're a natural at it. You rise to the top of your class, like you're on top because you've done it before. And it's your soul wisdom coming through, even if you don't realize that. But all three cards that came through as your karma are all spiritual. So this lifetime that you're having now is going to be experienced in a much more spiritual way than any previous lifetime, and that is with that twin flame love, that energy, the family, being a mother, being a father, creating life, okay? Huge emphasis and focus for you on that. And when I say the spiritual, like, you're going to experience this twin flame, your family, your children, all of those things from a very high spiritual perspective this lifetime. It might not happen early in life, but there's going to come a point in this lifetime where you shift and transition into that higher perspective of spirit in regards to your twin flame love, the whole family unit, your children, your mom, your dad, like all of it, okay? Very interesting reading, Taurus, but beautiful. And so far, you and Aries have the strongest emphasis of this twin flame love. Like, you both are working on that. So maybe many of you are involved with Aries this lifetime because you both seem on a similar path in regards to twin